Well, we might be getting duped and played, and let me explain why. As you can tell by the title of this video, yes, Venom might not be who we think he is. Now, this is just a theory before I start getting roasted, but I'm sure a lot of you people have been having the same thoughts, and I'm sure YouTube's gonna be popping with these discussions. I mean, I'm seeing this type of discussion on Reddit, and I'm glad I'm not the only one that thinks this, of course. But what if, right? What if, you know, Venom isn't actually like Eddie Brock or Harry Osborn, but it's actually Peter, right? There's quite a few things in the actual gameplay that we've seen and the cutscenes that could be leading towards such a thing. Now, me personally, I would prefer, okay, if it's either Eddie Brock, or rather if it is Eddie Brock, right? Because of the historical value that, you know, Eddie provides to that character. I mean, Eddie Brock is Venom, right? But I don't know how I feel about Harry Osborn being Venom, honestly. It all depends. But see, for those characters to work really well as Venom, you've got to kind of build them up, right? Like kind of like how Doc Ock was built up in the, you know, previous games. So that leads me to think, because, you know, throughout this kind of gameplay, you can hear Yuri just going off as Spider-Man. I mean, like with the symbiote on, he's going off, man. He's like pulling out all these like crazy one-liners, and he's like one-shotting people. He's very aggressive. Like at one point, he even sort of, you know, thinks of going after, you know, the lizard instead of saving someone. Like he kind of doubles back, but like he goes and saves the person. But the thing is, the symbiote is really corrupting him, and everything is leading, like even in the trailers, you can kind of see like how the symbiote takes over the logo, and then, you know, it gets venom zapped. Excuse me, it gets venom zapped by Miles. So everything's pointing towards a boss battle between Miles and Peter. I mean, there's a bit where he like enters and it's all menacing. You can see all those tendrils, and it's crazy. But the main reason why I think this might be the case, or partially the case, I don't think like we're gonna have Peter be like fully Venom, don't get me wrong. We're gonna have a boss battle, that's for sure. We're gonna have corrupted Peter versus Miles, where Miles has to like bring him back to his senses and help him out. But I think Venom will still end up being Eddie Brock or somebody else. They're probably hiding him from like the gameplays or trailers. Or hell, bro, let me know in the comments below what you think of this one. What if, dude, this would be insane, but what if Venom goes to like Kraven? Could you imagine how menacing that would be? Jesus, dude, I don't want to think about that. But the reason I'm thinking of this, we might get a partial adaptation of the Spider-Man Spider Shadow comic book, right? If you don't know what that is, Spider-Man kind of stays with the symbiote for way longer than he should have, and he kind of, you know, becomes almost Venom-like, right? Like very Venom-like. I mean, he starts like taking out his villains left and right. Like he goes full on dark and starts like actually killing his villains. It's pretty crazy in that story, and I'd definitely like to at least get a costume or something like that, or a partial adaptation. I mean, I don't want him to like lose himself completely where he starts killing people, but Tony Todd and others have been saying that this game's going to be way darker. I mean, we're literally seeing the first trailer, well, not first trailer, but we see Kraven just break a guy's neck. So, you know, things will be crazy. But I know for sure Miles is going to bring Peter back, and then Venom's going to go off somewhere else, whether that be Eddie Brock, whether that be Kraven. I do want it to be Eddie Brock, though. I want to see some rivalry or some... Imagine, like, Peter becomes a teacher, because that's been hinted at. But imagine, like, Eddie Brock's a teacher is... Nah, man, that'd be stupid as hell, bro. Oh, man. But definitely we're going to see a boss fight. Now, let's go over the more so, like, finer details. So, when Miles says he's got big teeth, Peter says,
"So do I."
And his eyes like frown, and they like kind of change into a more sort of like curvy, and they have the corners of the Venom's eyes. So he's definitely getting corrupted. We're definitely getting faked out in this like gameplay as well, because Miles goes, "Whoa, nice, like new threads," and Peter doesn't respond to that. I don't think Peter's just put the suit on, because he seems way too corrupted for that amount of time. So they're definitely like faking us out. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed that detail. A lot of people are like, yo, this is crazy, like, whoa, did anyone notice? But I mean, a lot of people have noticed that, right? And I mean, like, dude, when Peter comes down to where Lizard was, dude, you could see all the tendrils and things, and it's crazy. And something I was thinking, a lot of other people were thinking as well, imagine if we get like, because you know Doc Ock falls right in the first game, he slowly like changes his personality and then he builds the tentacles. But what if we have that same sort of kind of imagery, and then at the end, when it's time for Miles to face Peter, he kind of props himself up with these tendrils as well, so it kind of goes full circle. But obviously Peter will be redeemed, he'll come back, because this isn't him, it's the symbiote that's kind of making him like that, right? So there is that. There's so much cool stuff, man, that we might be able to see in this, you know, and it's going to be crazy with all the details and things. So we'll see what happens though. I do want to see how everything goes. The thing is as well, Eddie Brock or, you know, Harry don't need to hate Peter. That's the thing. All they need to do is to hate Spider-Man. And as soon as they get the symbiote, they'll know that it's Peter as well. So that always leads to some like crazy tension, like in Spectacular Spider-Man. I think they did that story really well with Eddie Brock and Peter, because Peter kind of flakes on him quite a lot, and then he kind of puts the connections that he stole the symbiote for himself, and that he is Spider-Man and all that. It was pretty crazy to see. I genuinely enjoy that. So hell, maybe we might see like Eddie Brock become the villain over the story. I don't really see Harry being that way, because my man is sick. Like, he's dying at the moment without the symbiote, and they need Lizard, or rather Dr. Connors, to help him out. So I don't think it's either going to be Eddie or somebody else. There's no way, right? But I do want to see like Peter as a boss fight, like, because you know it's all leading up to, you know, us swapping back and forth. Maybe a crazy fake out if all of a sudden, boom, we're trying to survive against Peter, right? Like, your spider sense doesn't work because, oh dude, Miles doesn't see Peter as an enemy, so his spider sense doesn't work. Dude, that would be beautiful. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. I really hope you're enjoying this discussion, because I've been wanting to bring these back, man. I really enjoyed just talking about this. And we're gonna see, man, because it's been a long ass time since we've been able to play as a symbiote Spider-Man. Like, I think all the way since like Shattered Dimensions, where we got to play as Ultimate Spider-Man with the symbiote. So it's gonna be crazy to see that come back on the first like proper Spider-Man game made for the PS5, because Remastered was made with PS4 as well, like kept in mind. That kind of held it back, but this is going to be just brutal. It's going to be beautiful, and I'm excited. Let me know what you guys think of my discussion in the comments below. If you're new to the channel as well, please do subscribe. I truly appreciate your support. Let me know what you guys think of this kind of theory discussion. I don't think they'll go that far. Maybe, I mean, maybe they might adapt the whole Ultimate thing where like Peter goes Venom, right? And we have to like snap him out of it, and like we zap Venom off of him. And he's like, nope. So that'd be cool, man. But I don't think he'll be permanently Venom, right? Like, that's not happening. Someone else is gonna take that mantle. And yeah, thank you so much. I love you all. Take care of yourself. Check out another video, man. Check out my previous video where we talk about, you know, why all the hate in the Marvel Spider-Man 2 symbiote suit, because I've seen a lot of people hating on that. Yeah, take care of yourselves. Peace.